Hello, my dear students. Myself, Mr. Mangesh Bale. I am working as an assistant professor at Gokhale Education Society's Arts, Commerce, and Science College, Jawar. Okay, into the previous lecture, we have covered sampling of gases, sampling of solids. In today's lecture, we are going to start sampling of liquids. Okay, this is the third part from this sampling chapter, that is sampling of liquids. The liquid samples can be classified as homogeneous, heterogeneous, and flowing liquids. Okay, homogeneous means what? These liquid consist of a same composition, you can say same layer when we saw that liquid. In case of heterogeneous, this is the immiscible liquid. That means when we saw this liquid, we found two or more layer into this heterogeneous liquid, or you can say immiscible liquid. Flowing liquids means what? Our ordinary liquid that is going through the pipe. Okay, that is the flowing liquid that we are going to see one by one in next slide. Okay, sampling of static, homogeneous, and heterogeneous liquid is done with the help of a sample tube. Okay, that means this is the apparatus. Okay, by using this sample tube, we are going to analyze homogeneous and heterogeneous static liquids. Okay, and sampling of flowing liquid is done with the help of a multiple tube sampler. This is the another apparatus. Okay, that will be useful for only what? Flowing liquids. And the sample tube, which is useful for two liquid, that is homogeneous and heterogeneous. Okay, now first of all we will see the homogeneous and miscible static liquid, that is sampling of homogeneous or miscible static liquids. Okay, first of all we can see this one. So for sampling homogeneous or miscible static liquids, the sample tube, this apparatus is useful. Okay, first of all I told you this apparatus, that is sample tube. Okay, this apparatus consists of a, this is the bottle, or you can say sample container, right? This sample container consists of a, this is the liquid. Okay, this is the sampling liquid that we have already kept into this container. Okay, and this is the tube. This is the T1 tube, which is very shorter one, that will be above this liquid. That means which is does not deep into this liquid. Okay, and without stopcock, this T1. But this tube T2 having a stopper, or you can say stopcock, and which is very longer one, which is dipped into this sampling liquid. That means with the help of this tube T2 we can sampling our liquid, static homogeneous liquid. Okay, I hope you understood this figure. In the homogeneous liquid has same composition throughout the liquid. Why same composition? Because it is homogeneous, single layer, whole liquid is the single layer. That's why that means it is consist of a same composition. Hence sample drawn from randomly from top, middle, and bottom layer of the liquid container. Single layer For that purpose, we can draw the sample from this top, middle and bottom layer of the liquid container. Okay, we can take out or draw the sample from any, from middle, top, or you can say bottom layer. For that purpose, the sample tip is used, that is shown in this figure. Okay, now we will see the actual procedure how to sampling the homogeneous miscible static liquid. Okay, the sampling tube consists of a bottle having two tubes, T1 and T2. Okay, just to have seen, tube T2 is longer than the T1. The length of tube T2 is greater than the level of the liquid container from which liquid is to be selected. Tube T2 has stopcock. Just to have seen, see, this is stopcock, or you can say stopper. This sample tip can be used to take sample at different depths from the liquid sample container. Different depths means what? From top, middle or bottom. Okay, the tip invert inside the different depths in the container with the stopcock closed. That means when we insert the tube T2 inside the sample container, at that time stopcock is closed. Okay, then the sample will not going inside into the tube T2. Okay, when sample tip is at appropriate depths in the container, stopcock of T2 is open. That means whatever sample we are going to sample out, okay, that means for that purpose we have to insert that tube T2 into the appropriate depth, or you can say from top, middle or bottom layer. Okay, then we have to open the stopcock of the tube T2. Then the liquid enters into the tube T2, the bottle tube T1, by placing air through tube T2. That means when we open the stopcock of tube T2, at that time air going through the tube T1. See the figure. When we open the stopcock of a tube T2, okay, at that time what will happen? The liquid going inside into the tube. Okay, but how? When the air going through this tube T1. Okay, see the next point. After filling tube T2 is taken out and collect the liquid sample. That means whatever liquid going inside into the tube T2, by placing the air from T1 tube, then we are going to close that stopcock and remove the tube T2. We will get our liquid sample, homogeneous static liquid sample. Okay, now we will see the second, sampling of heterogeneous, or you can say immiscible, static immiscible liquids. Same figure we can use for this sampling of the heterogeneous liquid. Again same figure, same sample container. Okay, but due to the heterogeneous nature of the liquid, see, the liquid consists of a two or more layer. Other than the T1 tube is same, T2 tube is same with stopcock. Okay, same apparatus, but our liquid only different, that is which consists of a two or more layer of the liquid. Okay, now we will see the figure, sorry, procedure of this sampling of heterogeneous liquids. The heterogeneous liquid has different composition at different depths, which is having two or more phases. Okay, just I told, different composition due to the different layer, or we can say two or more phases. Okay, the procedure is to be determine approximately the same volume of each layer from cross section of the container and the height of the layer. That means from each layer we can sample out the same composition of the liquid sample. Okay, the sample removed from each layer of liquid with the same volume of using sample tip. Okay, the care must to be taken the volume of liquid sample taken are in the same ratio as the ratio of the volume of the layer in the container. That means suppose two layer is there. Okay, see, in this liquid suppose two layer is there. Okay, suppose we can say 20 ml having two layers. Okay, from first layer we can say suppose 20 ml liquid is there. From we can sample out 5 ml liquid, and that will be collected into the different beaker, either beaker or whatever apparatus we are going to use for placing that. 5 ml we have taken from the first layer, then again insert this tube into the same liquid, but at the bottom layer, so or you can say second layer, which is also volume we can say 20 ml. From that layer also we can sample out 5 ml only, same composition, same ratio, and that also we are going to place into the different, or we can say previous sample. Okay, that mixture we want to mix properly. Okay, the care must to be taken the volume of liquid sample taken are in the same ratio as the ratio of the volume of the layer in the container. The collection individual sample from each layer mix properly, get the cross sample. Okay, that means 5 ml we have taken from the two layer, that we are going to mix properly. Okay, when we mix, okay, we will get the cross sample. What is the cross sample? That we have seen very first lecture of this topic. Okay, if the liquid container is odd shaped, the liquid has to be transferred into the cylindrical or rectangular container, then determine the ratio of the different layer, liquid layer. Okay, that means the liquid container is odd shape, that means different. At that time we cannot sample out that our heterogeneous liquid. Okay, for that purpose we have to select either cylindrical or rectangular container. From we can easily determine the layer, or we can say approximately ratio of all the layers. That's why we have to select the cylindrical or rectangular container. Okay, that will be easy for sampling of the heterogeneous liquid. Okay, now the third part is the sampling of flowing liquids. Flowing liquids means what? The liquid going through the pipe. Okay, for that purpose there multiple tube sampler will be used. Actually, this is the one figure, this is the second figure. Okay, both the figure shows the multiple tube samplers. Okay, this is the actually glass tube, one bigger size longer tube is there. Okay, and which is connected to the different glass tubes having different length. This is the first tube which is connected to the this main tube. Okay, main tube. These are the one two, sorry, this is the first, second, third. These are the tubes which is connected to this main glass tube, and the last tube having a stopcock. Okay, that means when we hold this tube here and insert into the flow of that pipe, suppose pipe liquid is going, okay, into that, when we dip this apparatus this first part is going upper layer, this middle tube is going middle layer of that pipe liquid, and this tube going into the bottom layer of that pipe liquid. Okay, that means all the layers from the top, middle and bottom layer, uh, we can sampling the flowing liquid. This is all the this second figure, which just consists of a, here is also the stopcock. When we dip this hand like multiple tube sampler, this consists of a shorter tubes that will be connected into the main tube. This is the main tube. Short tube or smaller glass tube will be connected just like a hand. Okay, but different length of the tube. When we insert this multiple tube sampler, these shorter tubes will be useful for selecting the sample from the upper layer of that pipe liquid. This is for middle layer, and these tubes will be useful for the bottom layer of the liquid. Okay, this is the sampling apparatus, or you can say multiple tube sampler. Okay, both the figure will be the same. Okay, now we will see the procedure of this sampling of flowing liquids. In case of flowing liquids, for the analysis are collected from time to time. That means the liquid going through the pipe. Suppose first sample we have drawn, uh, after the 10 minutes. Second sample also we are going to drawn after the 20 minutes. That means 10 time intervals we can sampling the sample of the liquid, flowing liquid. In case of such sample are taken randomly or at regular intervals. The composition of liquid flowing in a pipeline vary with time to time. Okay, composition will not same at all time. That's why here after regular time interval we can sampling our sample. The sample is to be taken from at center of flowing liquid as well as different point of liquids. Okay, that means sample we are going to taken from the at the center of flowing liquid, or you can say different point of the pipe. Multiple tube sampler is used to take sample of flowing liquids. This consists of a tube or at different depth length and which is connected to one main tube. Just I explained previously. That means other small tube will be connected to the main tube having different length. Okay, the length of other shorter tube will be different, which is when such a tube placed in path of flow of liquid, the different length of tube going inside into the liquid stream. Then the sample collected at randomly or regular intervals are then mixed to give the gross sample. After the gross sample, we can select the subsample, or we can say sample. Okay, and that will be useful for the analysis. This is about the flowing liquids. Hope you understood. So thank you.